Hello everybody, it's Michelle Timas, your Zumba fitness instructor, and I'm here with my husband Ben.
Hello.
And we are here together because we want to share with you or educate you a little bit on your health and overall wellness. I want to say thank you. This is my way of saying thank you and showing my appreciation for all of you who have been so supportive in the classes as well as a person. Ben?
Yep, well, Michelle said, I'm her husband Ben. How are we doing today? And I was just telling Michelle that, I thought it would be great for us to start doing some videos together because we're both educational entrepreneurs. Mm-hmm. Michelle is in the health field with Zumba and nutrition with the FDI longevity products that some of you are already using and have grown to love. We love them as well. Mm-hmm. But also on the financial end of the business. I teach about business and investing as an educational entrepreneur. We teach people how to get smarter with their money. So I was talking to Michelle and I was telling her, I says, I'm sure that you've got people in your classes who are looking to reach certain goals as far as losing a certain amount of weight, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons why people don't reach their goals is the same thing when it comes to money. It's because they understand they want to make X amount of dollars or they want to lose a certain amount of weight. Everybody knows that. That's the easy part. Mm-hmm. But it's the execution that's the problem. So the technique we're going to show you today is called P.E.R.T, Planning, Evaluation, Review Technique. It's not important that you remember what that means, but it's a very simple way to help guarantee your goals to getting there. Mm-hmm. So are we ready to get started, my little Vanna White?
I suppose. Okay,
because you're going to do the work, okay, of drawing on the board, and I'm going to direct her so that you can see visually of how this will work.
Teamwork.
Yep, so
okay.
The first thing I'm going to have you do is to draw a black line.
Sure.
Okay. Now this is referred to, Michelle's an artist, okay? She gets freaked out if it's not perfect, okay? So, alright. So this is called the timeline. This is your goal timeline of where you're going to get from here to here and how much time, from beginning to end. Mm-hmm. So the next thing I'm going to have you do is to draw a little Zumba person there.
Sure thing. Okay.
Excellent. All right. Now,
cute.
Let's just draw a box here for a goal. Say, how much weight?
How much weight?
Yeah, how much weight would you say an end goal is for somebody in a month's time losing, losing a pound a day? And that's quite possible, especially if you try the FDI longevity products. You can get there.
So you're saying a month?
So 30 pounds, yeah.
30 pounds?
Yeah.
Okay. In a month?
Yeah, say 30 days, whatever.
Okay. 30
right.
and 30.
Pounds. So now you know what your goal is, losing the 30 pounds. Now the question I'm going to have for you first of all is, where should you start your goal? From the present or the future? I can tell you most people, because you can't talk to me through the camera obviously, most people are going to start their goal at the beginning. So the first thing I want you to do is to write present. Excellent. And now, Pat Sajak, I think it is from that game show. I want you to write future, Wheel of Fortune. All right, future.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Most people, obviously, they're going to say the present. That's the wrong place that you want to start from. And the reason why is because subconsciously, we tend to start making up excuses for why we can't reach that 30 pounds. It's going to take me too much time. I don't have the time. I don't have the money to attend the Zumba classes and get my proper nutrition. I'm not smart enough to be able to do it. I don't have the support that I need around me. I've tried it before. All this stuff just starts coming up, and it's all just excuses. So we want to get away from that. So we want to be in the future, because in the future, no excuses exist. So you're going to kind of make believe you're already there.
Right.
Agreed?
Agreed.
All right. So you're at 30 pounds. Now what I'm going to have Michelle do, and you can do this, you can put like construction paper on a wall, or you can do it on your computer if you're good with computers, with drawing something up like this, and put your timeline in and all this stuff. So the first thing, Michelle, I'm going to ask, what is the first thing that somebody had to do before they reached that 30 pounds?
Right before.
Yeah, just before. Doesn't matter.
Step on a scale, maybe?
Okay.
Just to see
All right.
how much they lost.
So they weighed themselves. So right, weighed. And you can use sticky notes. Why don't you use a different color so it shows up
Okay.
on there.
Okay.
She had to do more toning classes in Zumba. She's having a hard time
Hey.
pulling that sticker.
You said weight?
Yep.
Okay.
They weighed. You said it, not me.
Weight.
All right.
I'll put weight.
That's to be perfect. Okay.
Okay.
So use a sticky note and just put it about right there. Okay. So they weighed themselves that morning in the scale. That was the first thing they did. And let's just take, so we know this is marked on the timeline. Gotta get some more markers, they're drying out. All right. So they weighed themselves just before they got to that 30-pound goal. What's the next thing that you think someone has to do? Just before they weighed themselves, what had to happen? What may have took place?
Exercise? Is this...
Okay, all right,
Okay.
all right. So they went to Zumba class.
Mm-hmm. The best way to exercise, by the way. Here?
Okay.
Yes? Would you like
Yep,
to-
just put a little bit, yep, just before, yep, that's good. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so that person weighed themselves. Just before that, they were exercising.
Mhm.
Okay. So just before they started exercising, what do you think they needed to do?
Let's see, make diet adjustments, maybe?
Okay. Okay, so they had to get diet. You can just put diet there. They had to have a nutrition, some type of nutrition or whatever plan. So put diet, doesn't matter.
Diet, get the idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So they started dieting. Now, just before that person started dieting, what do you think may be important to do before you know what to eat? A diet. What do you think you need to do?
Probably find out what types of food.
All right.
Maybe talk to a
So,
nutritionist or...
yeah. So get a little education on nutrition.
Okay.
Okay.
Nutrition ed. How's that?
Yeah. Nutrition ed, whatever.
Nutrient ed.
We just made up a new term. Nutrition ed. Okay? For Zumba classes with Michelle.
Okay. Nutrition ed. Education. Okay.
Okay, so just before you got to nutrition education, what do you think had to happen? Okay, I mean,
maybe you went to the doctors, you had a health issue, you know.
okay, something a little bit before that. Well, I mean, if you're gonna do this, you decide to do that. What do you think would have to take place? How about making a commitment? Okay, making a commitment to getting yourself healthy. Okay.
Okay, I'll just put commitment.
Okay. Now, we got commitment. What's next? What do you think just before you made that commitment to getting healthy, what had to happen? You said it just a minute ago. You can use
maybe a health scare.
Okay, you had a health issue, you went to the doctor, and the doctor told you that if you don't lose X amount of pounds in a certain amount of time, you're going to die. You're going to have a heart attack.
Or
no one's ever heard that before.
Something simple like high cholesterol
Yep.
or diabetes, anything.
Yep.
Okay, so health scare or
Yep. Health scare, issue, whatever you want to call it.
health issue.
Okay. So as we can see here, and what these are all referred to are milestones in life. And whether we agree with them or not, or we plan them or not, we're going to have milestones that are going to take place in life. Some of us realize what they are, some of us don't. This is more living your life and your health by design. So the first thing you decided was, okay, I'm over here, I'm at those 30 pounds, I can see it, I know it. I can taste it, feel it, and smell it. Okay, very important. Now, you started weighing yourself in the morning. Before that, you started exercising. Before that, you got the proper diet. Because you talked to a nutrition person, okay? The next thing you did, you made the commitment. So, because you had a health issue. So, as you can see, all these different milestones, now you can start moving forward because you've got it visualized now. And like I said, what happens to most people, they don't have a vision of how to make that plan come true. The execution. This is the execution, okay? These two are the easy part. So the beauty about using sticky notes, by the way, you probably say, well, why are we using sticky notes? The reason why is because they can be interchangeable, okay? Some people start exercising before they start dieting. No one does that. Usually people do that backwards. They start exercising, then they want to get diet. But you actually should be doing dieting first. But in this case, it doesn't matter. Because the beauty about this, before you know it, the present ends up catching up with your future. And from as an education entrepreneur, I teach people when it comes to financial education that an entrepreneur is always working in the future. So when it comes to your health, you should always be working in the future, setting those goals. And Michelle should be driving you to work a little harder than you possibly think you could in class and getting those steps down. Because don't you have people say, oh, I can't, because you tell me all the time.
Right.
What usually happens with people, when they talk about learning how to do Zumba?
Well, basically, I just tell the people who are complaining this is too hard, or not necessarily complaining, but just feeling bad, saying they can't keep up, or they can't get the steps or whatever. I just encourage them to keep moving, to keep at it, that eventually you will get it.
Yeah, but you don't say, oh, okay, I'll go a little slow for you.
Of course not. Of course not. You got to move it or you're going to lose it.
Yeah. So you got to keep pushing people. Always keep pushing them in the future. You're working in the future. Before you know, the president comes past and like, oh, geez, Marlene, how did you able to lose all that weight in that short period of time or whatever? You look so great. And Michelle says, oh, I went to Zumba class or whatever. Because that's what it takes. This is about commitment here. Okay? So I hope you got something out of this. If you have any questions, you can ask Michelle, because obviously this is her class and you are her students. I'm on the back end trying to make sure I get things done for her, get the emails out and all this stuff. So hopefully you'll get used to us as a team.
Right.
But I really thank you for your time, Michelle. Is there anything else you want to say?
Just to say thank you. You've all been wonderful. I've really enjoyed the classes, and I hope, again, that you get something out of this health education. Again, they go hand in hand. Zumba is wonderful. It's healthy. It's fun. It's a joy, but it's also important that you get the health and nutrition education as well. So thank you.
Yeah. And also, one thing I wanted to mention. You want to grab that paper over there? And I know some of you may have gotten this, and an email, but a doctor by the name of Dr. Peter Glidden, who's part of our FDIY company, he is a naturopathic doctor. There's MDs, medical doctors, and there's naturopathic doctors, NDs. And he's an ND, and he's actually from the Massachusetts area. And he wrote a book called The MD Emperor Has No Clothes. He does a lot of speakings around the country on natural health. And this seminar is really about health and wealth and about how the medical industry is really failing us. And it really does not compare today in the 21st century when it comes to natural health. And if you don't know by now, me and Michelle are really big into natural health because we feel that medication and all these things are destroying our health here in the United States, along with the foods that we eat, because it's not good enough just to eat from the 4 food groups, because there's not enough nutrition in them, as we've both come to see in our own lives. Michelle's had health issues with her cholesterol. I've had mine with eczema and stuff, and through this nutrition and getting this education, getting Smart with Your Health, we both have benefited from it, and your cholesterol is under control now without any medication, in good standing, and my eczema is in good shape.
That's right.
So, all right, so we thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.